Okay, Cancerian, we're drilling down. This is part 2. Appreciate you if you're watching this on Patreon. If you're watching this on the backlog, that means I've released this a month later on the YouTube for free. In which case, you guys aren't getting the exclusivity of the kind of earliness of the Patreon, which you want to kind of do to be able to leverage the timing. Because again, this is for January, so if I release this at the end of January, not necessarily going to resonate to the kind of strength of an early January release. But let's see what the Seven of Swords is. I feel as though it's resources. Okay. Spirit, you want to speak to the Seven of Swords. Strategy, resources, and then I keep on getting this kind of bumping into you. Like a collision course. Like someone is walking away with someone else's resources and I'm hoping that, it's fair play. I don't necessarily get that this Knight of Cups is concerned with the sword, with the communication. Which is interesting because it's almost as if that when you have the sword, you're able to communicate something more clearly. And I've always interpreted the cups as being an internalized structure. You build and create external to yourself, but the real map of how to get to the Eight of Cups, the blueprint, is within this person in the red cloak here. So he's leaving something, but he's not leaving something. He's just venturing to a better scape to be able to build. Okay? Now, when you have swords at your disposal, this is communication. This is intellect, this is the internet, this is electricity, this is resources needed to get to the pentacles, which is ultimately what this cloaked being is trying to get to. Because when you get pentacles, that's the infrastructure to express the emotionality of the cups. So let's see what wants to come out here. Spirit, what are these swords? I believe it is just communication here. Okay, someone's giving birth here. Something's being communicated maybe about someone giving birth. Empress's resources as well, financial resources, love. More so something being born here. Walking away from that. Collision course with this red cloaked person. Let's see what's to come with that. Okay, stability. Queen of Pentacles in the upright. So, like I said, that cornerstone foundation that's wanting to be built. Fascinating. Very fascinating. The only thing I would say is that there's a blueprint exchange here. Communicative resources with the swords. Cup resources with the Eight of Cups. And that's a bridge to get to the Pentacles. Okay, Queen of Pentacles in the upright is financial, fiscal stability, but it does lead to emotional stability too. The only thing I would say, and I don't get the sense that if you're showing up as this kind of cupped figure, I don't get the sense that you need the Seven of Swords. I feel as though there's stability nonetheless. The swords just act as like a bridge to being able to communicate that. The only thing I would say is that you want to make sure that whoever this figure is, it could be a figure that you come across in January, Cancerian. Excuse me. It could be a figure that you come across in January. In January, I would say make sure that you have trust established with this person before you invest in them. Before you begin to try to build this structure again, Cancerian. Okay, lest you have to walk away from it again. Okay? Excuse me, I'm just checking myself out. Pardon me. So, that's what I would say. Anything more on this trustworthy or not trustworthy figure here with the Seven of Swords in the upright spirit? For Cancerian. Okay, Sun card in the upright. Now, this is a child. This is definite baby mama iconography, similar to the Queen of Pentacles. It could be someone that stole away, that broke your heart. Could be coming back. Not gonna lie. Someone from the past. And fate would have it that you two are being brought together, back again. If it's a more secular exchange, and we're just talking straight business, this person is going to really hook you up with the Sun card. Sun card is like you're able to kind of marry the inner child, fun, expressive creativeness. Like I said, it's almost as if this person is kind of giving you voice to your journeys, travels, and experiences, because the cups are the emotion. It's the kind of fuel, and then the swords are the communication of that. And you guys, when you bump in together, you create this Queen of Pentacles stability here. And that leads to the kind of divine child. Which is interesting because that's what this person is walking away from. They're walking away with knowledge of communicating something. Knowledge of, almost as if they downloaded how to give birth to abundance that's occurring from where they're coming from. Remember, they're walking away from this Empress giving birth in labor. She's the mother of the tarot. So she's giving birth to a big watermelon, to a big melon of love. Could be literal childbirth, could be, but this is a money reading, so finances. So this person has the intel of how to give birth to this kind of money baby or money tree. Not a literal baby, but something that will, you know, if this is like just this kind of young, vulnerable infant child, you know, baby, expressiveness, expression. The sun is shining upon it. It's gold. Its aura is gold plated. It's backed by the Queen of Pentacles here. So, could be interpreted as shady, but it's co-signed by the Queen of Pentacles and the Sun card in the upright. So I feel like this is going to be some sort of divine union. Again, in that Jupiter Pisces, where you're able to run into people that really allow you to channel your emotion. And they have the intel. And maybe even the voice or the platform. And you guys are going to really, like, this is like a golden era. This is like, how would you explain it? Like the stars are aligned. The stars are aligned here. To go back to the star card, which you originally kind of started with here, Cancerian, and I think the way that that star card turns right side up is you you had to walk away, and that was you kind of doing this hard inner work here. 1 second. Okay, Cancerian, picking up where we last left off. I believe we were just talking about the fact that you're going to encounter somebody that is going to help you make this kind of wellspring of the child symbology is confusing because yes, we do grow as this living being. It's definitely tricky mixing the kind of de-anthropomorphizing of this kind of child, because you don't want to call it a money tree. And yet it's almost as if you are already well provided for with the Queen of Pentacles here. Not a bad status to kind of build upon. Not a bad foundation to build upon. Anything else clarifying this? I mean, certainly the Sun card is Leo, season, summertime energy, 5th house, childlike, creative expression, communication. So this person could be helping to give you a platform, and or you can be stealing away from the obligation of investing into rearing a family and giving birth to your own version of, what your baby is. Could be like a music album project. It could be your financial kingdom. But whatever it is, you're running into this in a good way, and it's bringing a lot of kind of cornerstone foundational stability and a lot of freedom. The Hangman in reverse there. Confirmation 12 and 12, 12-minute mark, 12 card here. And double confirmation, triple confirmation if it were, depending on what I just said. I don't know if I said confirmation or double confirmation first, but 8 of Swords in the reverse is confirmation to the freedom component there, because and a nut triple combo confirmation, because the 8 of Swords in reverse points to the 7 in the upright. And so you are able to kind of see very clearly. You're being freed from this blindfold of limitation, of manipulation, all of that. Very cool, very cool, very cool. Anything else, Spirit? Anything else? That was a bomb. In a good way. Remember to keep cues and tabs on your internal compass. Your direction is a choose your own adventure. So don't lose sight of that if you feel like you're mapless, guideless, directionless. Trust your pickiness, your finickiness, your rejecting of something that doesn't seem on par or correct, par for course. Okay, don't settle for these non-committal, because remember, you're channeling this Queen of Pentacle energy. So don't settle for this non-committal. Okay? Don't be afraid to... This Hangman in reverse, 8 of Swords energy in reverse is like... Sometimes a safety net is a liability. Sometimes you don't learn how to fly if there's a safety net. All of that bird on there. You know what I'm saying? Like, that bird gotta jump. Even if you gotta hit the floor. So there's like this double freedom I'm getting here. And you're like, okay, I get it. I'm getting the game now. I got the intel. This intel could be you. It could be the higher self. You kind of putting the pieces together and utilizing it to free yourself from this Eight of Cups through the work that you're doing. Introspection, whatever, watching this tarot stuff. Because remember, the swords allow you to cut the bonds of the cups as well that no longer serve you, so that you can level up to the Queen of Pentacles in the upright. All right, Spirit, so yeah, because whatever it was keeping you from manifesting. Red cloak, red cloak. So you gotta walk away, baby. Okay. Coca-Cola here. And when you walk away, you pull in your true karmic, your true twin flame over me, soulmate. And in a weird way, it's like we talked about cutting that safety net. You know, blackbird fly. And when you finally fly and you've cut everything from the past that you've known, then you run into who you're really meant to run into. But a lot of the times we try to keep that kind of in case of emergency, and that's what keeps us from getting to our highest level. And I know this is kind of like, this is turning into a love reading, but this twin flame could also be what you're meant to do here on earth, your purpose, all that stuff. The aligning here is your freedom to work and operate, which is very high level. People, not a lot of people are able to reach that in this reality. They can't even fathom that. Eight of Swords in the reverse. You have been able to do this, that, and the third. And you learn how to fly. And you're pulling in your twin flame soulmate. No wonder that's out here. Because at the end of the day, you're fighting for and taking care of your inner child that your parents couldn't. And ideally, you could kind of fold it all into the mix of, hey, look, I could still not hold any grudges, but I got this now. Not a lot of people can do that. Some people are married to the teat, and they don't know that they are, but they are. So they're all big and bad when they're, right next to mama. You know what I'm saying? And their little bubble. So. Okay, so I guess I could leave it there. I did a nice long 20-minute part 2 for you, Cancerian. Feel free to like, share, follow, subscribe, reach out for a one-on-one reading as always. Holla at ya, boy. Gang, gang. Peace. Love you.